And at the end of the day, I guess we'll just see if Pam Bondi wants to make a move or not, because it seems where everything goes to die. And you've got the Article 3 project right now that's working on all kinds of transparency cases dealing with the federal government. And Mike Davis, who runs it, is running around doing media tours. And it's like the same conclusion. It's like, hey, we're doing all this great work. We're trying to get all this stuff into the open, get all this transparency. But it's like once it gets to the DOJ, once it gets to Pam Bondi, it just dies. It's over. Flatline. So it seems to be the case with everything. And you just sit here and you watch it, and Trump's talking about how she's doing such a great job. Well, Trump kind of does lip service to everyone. Most, and why he continues to compliment Pam Bondi, where everything goes to die. And you start to wonder, is that her job? Is to just kill everything and then take the blame? Is that what she's there to do? I understand Trump pays lip service to everybody, but it's like whenever there's a big development, once it gets to Bondi's desk, everything stops. And everybody knows it now.
Pam Bondi continues to undermine good efforts at other aspects of the Trump administration. Not just her mishandling of the Epstein files, mishandling of other issues, the Roger Ver case, Roger Ver being still facing criminal charges and life in prison for taxes he didn't owe, when he kept begging to know what taxes he supposedly owed, based on a bogus crypto case brought by the Biden administration. But to the fluoride point, the great work by Robert Kennedy, great work by the Fluoride Action Network that won that suit in federal court, said fluoride needs to come out. It needs to be identified as the toxin that you identify it is, that it has been, that the court decision said it was. And then what does Bondi does? She goes and works with the Chemical Association to appeal that, challenge that, and undermine that. And this is happening repeatedly. I'll give another example. Robert Kennedy is trying to take apart everything that is happening with the COVID vaccine, getting it off the kids list, ultimately getting off the PrEP list, getting it off any list for pregnant women, getting it off for young men, young people generally. And then what's happening in the Brooke Jackson case? Brooke Jackson, for those that may not remember, is the whistleblower, blew the whistle on Pfizer all the way back in September of 2020 when Attorney General Bill Barr hid it from President Trump, disclosing that the Pfizer vaccine that was promised contractually to be safe, effective vaccine for the prevention of COVID-19 and got billions of dollars from our taxpayer money, in fact, turned around and it was a dangerous, ineffective, not even a vaccine, and didn't prevent COVID-19. And consequently, she brought a QTAM, a False Claims Act case, and that was dismissed because the Biden administration said vaccines are holy, they can't be challenged. They didn't dispute a single fact that we alleged. They only said vaccines are holy, can't be challenged, so that variation thereof. Well, guess what the Bondi is doing? Bondi's telling the Fifth Circuit that the Trump administration has the exact same vaccine policy as the Biden administration, even though Robert Kennedy has made it crystal clear it's exactly the opposite of the Biden administration. So we see these constant efforts by Pam Bondi and she's received $200,000 connected to a Pfizer law firm that she was working for and lobbying for just a few years ago. She's dismissed all Foreign Corrupt Practices Act claims concerning Pfizer, according to published reports. Those included the Pfizer bribing the European Union to get the COVID vaccine through the European Union.
And by the way, Barnes, I had a hunch you'd go here first. That's why I didn't even mention it. But you've been involved in these suits with Kennedy and key whistleblowers from Pfizer. We don't just want to attack Bondi and all this, but it has to be done. And Susie Wiles as well. I mean, they're both have that consultancy firm that one of their main clients is Pfizer. And they keep overriding what Kennedy's doing and what Trump promised, and it really is a major scandal. So I want you to elaborate on that. And how do you think we should handle this? Because, I mean, if this continues on, I'm going to have to go to war with Susie Wiles and Pam Bondi. I mean, because as you know, on the fluoride, you mentioned it, but you can elaborate. We have the suit one. We have the FDA saying taking it out. We have the head of HHS saying it. We have thousands of studies, new FDA study, indexing and all, a whole bunch of states banning it. The public wants it out, though nobody in the world even has it anymore. And then she goes in and has the inspector general say, no, we want to keep it in, and we're going to fight this and appeal this court victory. And this is the courts and the proper way with lawsuits, class action. This has all been done properly and decades of work and brain damaged children. And then she does this. I mean, it makes me really pissed off.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's no choice about it. I mean, we got Swampy Susie Wiles as chief of staff. She placed a couple of people in Robert Kennedy's staff to be sort of minders. They helped approve a mRNA vaccine for particular groups of COVID kids. Well, while he was on vacation, he had to come back and fire both of them. One of them apparently tried to damage his car on the way out. So, I mean, that did the problem. The source of a lot of the problems is, Susie Wiles is a career lobbyist. That's what she does. Goes back to the Reagan administration. Has big corporate clients, military industrial complex clients, big pharma clients, big agriculture clients. I mean, is it a coincidence we keep seeing these amnesty sanctuary policies being discussed with the Trump administration by Trump himself on immigration related to big ag? It keeps coming back to this.
So what do we do? What do we do about her? And again, Bondi worked for her, and they're thick as thieves, and everybody was worried about Bondi because of this connection. Now it's not. We're worried. It's proof. And God knows what else they're doing. What do we do about this?
I think we have to kind of start putting that part of the administration on blast. I think we got to expose it to the world. We got to discuss it. I know there's a lot of people who are afraid to discuss it because they don't want to have their access shut off. And Swampy Susie has made that crystal clear. But I'll give you an example of where it's backfired. It was Susie Wiles who took out Paul Dans as part of Project 2025 during the campaign. He was the guy who was going to take apart the administrative state, not be dependent on corporate lobbyists. Well, she took him out so much that he was not part of the new Trump administration. He was a guy I knew during the first Trump administration, a real true blue believer, understood the deep state, understood how to deep six the deep state, spent 4 years strategizing how to do it in terms of administrative policy. Then Swampy Susie got him kicked. Well, guess what he decided to do? Now that he can't be in the White House, he's now challenging Lady Lindsey Graham for the Senate in South Carolina. So we're actually going to have a MAGA populist primary challenger to Lady Lindsey, who's busy trying to blow up our U.S. economy in order to wage war on Russia all over again, as you were mentioning yesterday, how insane that is. So we've just got to put these people we talked about it during the first term. We identified the people that were problematic. You repeatedly pointed out the people that were problematic. And the people that stayed silent, people that pretended Bill Barr was secretly good, that pretended John Durham was up to God's work, the people that pretended that bringing in a guy like Bolton would be good for American foreign policy, or putting Elliot Abrams in charge of Venezuela was not a good idea. All of those things you highlighted, you're dead right on. Trump ultimately admitted all those people were mistakes. So we've just got to call it out where it is. You can't have Swampy Susie running the White House.
Gary in Oklahoma. Gary, go ahead.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, the main problem, like Michael Yon says, is the United Nations, and then like the guy says, the bankers. I don't know why Trump don't have mass arrests. So the guy's got an F in my book, let alone a D minus. And Pam Bondi, the sad joke is, Alex, your file, it's on Pam Bondi's desk.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but good God, the girl ain't doing nothing. And then the temper that Congress made over Trump's first appointment as Attorney General, look where that went. Now we got nobody that ain't doing nothing when all the January 6ers, they were arrested like within 30 days due to just having their cell phone on them.
We have to stay on their butt and flamethrow politically the people that are weak. And I say weak as the nicest thing it could be. I want to just think Pam Bondi's weak. I want to think Susie Wiles is weak. I don't want to think they're actually bad guys, but regardless, they got to be watched now.
And Mayorkas, I don't know why that guy ain't in handcuffs, let alone Fauci. I mean, it's obvious where the corruption is, but nothing's being done.
Well, the clock's ticking. We've only been in 6+ months. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so what are we going to do about it? Are we going to talk about it for another 4 years? Or am I going to tune into Sean Hannity tonight? Is he going to bring back the tick-tock, indictments are coming segments like he used to do in the first administration? I don't want to hear about a meme Trump posted. I don't want to hear about an AI video Trump posted. I'm sick and tired of, look, more evidence of what the Clinton-Obama operation did to sabotage Donald Trump and Russian collusion, and it was all fake, it was all made up. I'm sick of it, man. Either arrest somebody or leave me alone with it. Either indict somebody and arrest somebody, or just stop. Just stop it. I'm sick of it, man. It's like a big giant tease. It's offensive. You're either going to drain the swamp and you're going to arrest these criminals, or you're not. I know what Hillary Clinton did. I know what Barack Obama did. Everybody knows it. You're not breaking any news. The guys in your administration literally wrote the books on it. That's not a figure of speech. I mean, literally. Dan Bongino wrote the book on it. I mean, literally, Kash Patel did media tours on it. There's the emails on the screen. But it's like, I don't even want to be part of the charade. It's like I almost feel guilty buying into this and reading it to you. So whatever, there it is on the screen. Everybody can see it. We all know it. It was a giant political operation run by Hillary Clinton's campaign that Barack Obama's administration took to the next level to spy on Trump. And then they parallel constructed it with other members of the intelligence community to spy on other individuals associated with Trump. It was a giant criminal act. We called it Spygate. We called it Obamagate. It was called Crossfire Hurricane. So, you know, at some point, it's like, you know, I don't mean to be crass here, but it's like, hey, look, honey, you know, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do this or not. You know what I mean? I'm just so sick of it. Either arrest somebody or just stop with the teasing, man. It's offensive. You get treated like children. Oh, what's next? Oh, wow. More declassified. So it's just like, oh, more declassified, more information. Oh, yeah. Yes, thank you. We've known this for 10 years. When are you going to arrest somebody? When are you going to indict somebody? When are you going to drain the swamp? When is it happening? Tick tock, tick tock. Indictments are coming. I'm not playing this game another 4 years. I cannot even do it for another 4 minutes. But that's what they do is they treat you like children. They treat you like a circus monkey. And they throw this stuff out there and they want you to start waving the pom-poms and jumping up and down like your team scored a touchdown. But really nothing is happening. Like, oh, look, every day is, oh, look, something is happening. Nothing is happening. So I don't want to hear it. So until something actually happens, until somebody actually gets indicted, until somebody actually gets arrested, I don't want to hear about it anymore. And you know what? I'll give credit to Bongino. And people are frustrated with him too, and I get it, because it's like he's part of this mess. But I'll at least give Bongino credit, not beyond just the fact that he's playing with his own money here. He's playing with his own reputation. But it's like he at least can sense the frustration, and he's coming out making statements. He's like, look, I get it, okay? I'm working on stuff behind the scenes. It's really bad. So I'd like to give Bongino some benefit of the doubt there. But that's different than saying, okay, the deputy director here says stuff is going on behind the scenes. Let's wait and see. Versus, hey, look, here's more declassified stuff showing you exactly what you already knew. It's like, oh my gosh, oh, yay, ooh, oh my gosh, look, we got Hillary, look, we got Obama, oh my gosh. Indict somebody, arrest somebody, or stop expecting us to get so excited. But people do. I mean, they just go wild for this stuff. So that's why they just keep doing it. Because you got these pom-pom wavers and you got these cheerleaders. So yeah, the FBI, and really this wasn't even the FBI, folks. It was Chairman Grassley that did this. Senator Grassley did this. So Director Patel says this should be a step towards justice. There will be more to come. More to come? Arrest somebody. More to come? Arrest somebody. Well, you know, I was going to wait until it was my indictment. But you do realize the Biden administration and the FBI under Joe Biden has already, at this point in Biden's administration, they had already arrested, they had already indicted and arrested over 600 Americans for January 6th. Over 600 Americans, including people that just walked around and waved a flag. Grandmas, doctors, veterans, for simply walking into the Capitol or stepping on Capitol grounds. Over 600 Americans were indicted and arrested at this point in Biden's administration. And you've got Obama and Clapper and Brennan and Clinton dead to rights. And you're going to sit here and you're going to post on X, more is coming. More? More what? More evidence that you're not going to indict anybody over? More evidence of treason that nobody's going to be arrested over? It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. Make me look like an idiot, Patel. Make me look like an idiot. Arrest somebody. Make me look like an idiot. Indict somebody. Make me look like a fool for coming up here and ranting and raving because you don't do anything. Make me, I can't wait for that day. I'm begging for that day. I'm begging for the day all the online trolls say, see, Owen, see? I'm begging for that day. I can't wait. I hope that day comes. But until it does, I'm going to sit here sick and tired of it, sick and tired of being teased, sick and tired of being told to pick up the pom-poms, sick and tired of acting like, oh, look, oh, new evidence against Hillary. Wow, we had no idea. I'm not playing these games. I'm not going to be treated like a kid. I'm not going to treat this audience like children. I'm not going to treat you like an idiot. I'm not going to play these stupid deep state games.
Let me be very clear. Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pam Bondi are choosing not to arrest any of the Democrat criminals involved in Act Blue, USAID, J6 persecutions, Trump lawfare, the border crisis, the border invasion, the Epstein list. They're choosing not to arrest any of these people. It's not impossible for them to do it. They could do some of it right now. I'm not saying they could arrest every last one of them, but they could arrest a few of them. Absolutely. Oh no, it's so hard, it's so difficult, they can't do it. Bullshit. They can. They can start arresting some of them. They're simply choosing not to. They think that you're fucking dumb. They think that you can be manipulated and herded like sheep, like cows, like animals. And half of you are. More of you are waking up. More of you are waking up each passing day that you realize, hey, wait, it's another day, another week, another month, and none of the Democrats involved with Act Blue, USAID, J6 persecutions, the Epstein list, Trump lawfare, none of these people are getting arrested. Not even one fucking Democrat getting arrested. Yeah, this is bullshit. Congratulations. You put two brain cells together and you figured it out. This is bullshit. And their excuse, which is pure bullshit, by the way, about the statute of limitations. Yeah, the federal statute of limitations for a felony is 5 years. So the longer they wait, the more they're just running out the clock. So they'll say, oh, sorry, now we literally cannot go after these people. We cannot hold them accountable because we have run out of time. That's what they'll say. That's why you need to stop this trust them bullshit. When they're telling you, oh, we're so overwhelmed, we're so busy with the basics of our job, with the basics of going after, the most blatant criminals out here. The ones that all of them just happen to be not Democrats, non-political, just random ass people committing crimes. And oh yeah, justice is blind. So blind, in fact, that not even one of these people you're arresting are one of the Democrat criminals involved in all the schemes that we're telling you to go after. Not even one, but justice is blind. And you're really, hitting the going after it. No, you're not. You're a bunch of fucking cowards. You're not doing the job, and we're all sick of it. When Democrats got in power, they immediately hunted us down, went after all of us. Trump's supporters, Trump's lawyers, Trump himself, Trump's family, every single person, they went after them. We're not even asking you to do that. We're just saying you need to go after them. You need to start fucking trying. Not make excuses, pretending like you're too busy. Because here's the thing. If you can go out and arrest random ass people, yeah, you can arrest some Democrats too. People are not fucking dumb, they're catching on. Do your fucking job or resign, Kash Patel. Do your fucking job or resign, Pam Bondi. Do your fucking job or resign, Dan Bongino. Because we're not dumb. We see right through you. Your statute of limitations excuse is bullshit. The "we need more time" excuse is bullshit. You don't need more time. The problem is you're not even moving on it. You're not even trying. And we are sick of it.
And I'm hearing all this indictment talk and all this Crossfire Hurricane indictment talk of Clapper, Brennan, and Comey, all of them. And I'm told by Just for people, no, we're going. We've been told do it. Well, then I better start seeing it. And I would give, if I don't see major indictments starting within 60 days, I'm going to be very concerned. And in 6 months, if we don't have major indictments of major kingpins, bare minimum on the human trafficking level, Mayorkas and others, the jury's out on why there's this Epstein gaslighting. And the Democrats have had the files, so they've been able to cover it up. I mean, it does look like overall a dead end, just because there's been so much time to cover it up. But it's not a dead end on the 450,000 children, sex slavery, slave labor, bare minimum. That's the ones they know. And so if Tom Homan, who's finally gotten the money, he didn't have the money before, and if, because they're not the prosecutors, they're out getting the guys. If I don't start seeing massive indictments of NGO heads and others up to Mayorkas in 6 months, mark this down, I'm going to say, because it's true, the Trump administration is covering that up, and it won't be like Epstein where we're not sure what's going on. It's cut and dry. So I'm just telling you my thought processes here. It's the right thing to do, and these people are evil, and they've got to be punished, and they've got to have their arrogant smugness. Look at that Mayorkas photo. He's like that in every shot. Just radiating smug, criminal enjoyment. I mean, he makes my skin crawl. And then in the real world, he's the biggest human slaver and sex slaver in modern history.
That's all, folks.
Thank you for watching my video. Please visit my website at samstwitch.com. My X profile is at x.com/samstwitch_Sam. My YouTube channel is at youtube.com/samstwitch. I post videos that I cannot post on YouTube on my BitChute channel, at bitchute.com/samstwitch.